Good morning, Amber, Jade and Indigo. Welcome to our reading lesson. Today we're going to focus on storyboards and we'll look at what storyboards are in a moment. So first of all, make sure that you are ready to begin. So to begin with, do you have a pencil or pen, piece of paper? Use the pause button when you need to. Today the ally is to create a storyboard for PlayScript. Now we've been drawing a story map before this lesson. A story map is very similar to a storyboard. So it will make sense to you when we look at storyboard work in a moment. So first of all, let's begin our lesson with a quiz. Which tense is used for stage directions? Can you remember? Is it past tense, number 1, 2, present tense, 3, future tense, or 4, passive tense? Number 2, a play is made up of acts and. Is it 1, chapters, 2, shots, 3, episodes, or 4, scenes? Number 3, what are stage directions? Is it 1, reminders to the author, or 2, instructions which tell the actors how to speak and how to move, or 3, instructions telling the audience what they should pay attention to, and last of all, number 4, all of the above. A new scene should begin when? Is it number 1, there is a change of setting, 2, a new character is introduced, 3, something happens in the play, or 4, the actors become bored? Right, let's mark these 4 now. So number 1 should be 2, present tense. It'll be present, number 2. Number 2, a play is made up of acts and it's number 4, scenes. Number 3, what are stage directions? It's 2, instructions which tell the actors how to speak and how to move. And last of all, a new scene should begin when, number 1, there is a change of setting. So how did you do? Are you familiar now with features of a play script? Do you recognize them? Can you identify them? Let's have a look at 4 more and then we'll go to storyboards. Where would you look to find the names of all the characters in the play? Number 1, in a list before the first act. It could be the first act, which is another way of saying the first scene. Number 2, in the title. Number 3, in an index. Or number 4, in the glossary. Remember, press the pause button if you need to. Which of the following lines would be correctly punctuated for a play script? So you need to look very carefully. The first one has speech marks. The second one has the actor's name but says, "Where are you going, Betty?" And then the third one, Francis, it's got simple speech marks or parentheses, apostrophes. And the last one, it has Francis, colon, "Where are you going, Betty?" Number 3, the speech in a play is called the, is it 1, speech, 2, dialogue, 3, conversation, or 4, argument? And last of all, if a character needs to speak in a certain way, the instructions will be given in number 1, a larger font, 2, bold, 3, brackets, or 4, Italian. Right, some of those would be quite easy to ignore right at the start. So how did you do in the last set? Did you get 4 out of 4? Because by the time we mark these 4, it'll be how many did you get correct out of 8? So the first one, where would you look to find the names of all the characters in the play? It's number 1, in a list before the first act or scene. Number 2, which of the following lines would be correctly punctuated? It's number 4. Francis, colon, "Where are you going, Betty?" Number 3, the speech in a play is called the, I'm going to give you two possibilities here. If you say speech, number one, you can have it. But the correct one is number two, dialogue. And the last one, if a character needs to speak in a certain way, the instructions will be given in, it's number three, brackets. So how did you do on this quiz? Did you manage to get 8 out of 8? Have you been able to recognize all the features of a play script? 8 out of 8 would be absolutely outstanding. If you got 7 out of 8, that's still very good. And if you got 6 out of 8, good. And if you got 5 out of 8, it's okay. If you got less than 5, you need to try and remember features of a play script. So let's move on. So sometimes a play is created after someone has read a book. And they think, you know what, it would be wonderful to see that book I've read, it'd be wonderful to see it on stage. So in order to have the play, they would need to look at the book and then create a play script for that particular story. Now, before they create the play script, they would make up a storyboard. It's very similar to the story maps that we did in some of the work that we've done before. Remember George the Dragon? We did a storyboard for that. And Nessie, we did a part storyboard for that as well. Well, we called it a story map. So now we're going to just call it a storyboard. So we organize the pictures in a sequence so that the people who are going to act in the play will know what the play looks like from the beginning to the end. It gives them a visual picture in their mind of the sequence of how the play is going to be performed. So let's have a look first of all at a video. So you need to watch this carefully and listen, because you're going to use the information from the video to create a storyboard. So I apologise if it takes a while to connect. Hopefully this will happen really quickly.
Oh, Dinah, it's just a rabbit with a waistcoat and a watch. Oh, my dear biscuits, I'm late. She's curious. What could a rabbit possibly be late for? Please, sir! I'm late. For a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. It must be awfully important, like a party or something. Mr. Rabbit, wait! No, I'm overdue. I'm really in a stew. No time to say goodbye. Hello, I'm late. My, what a peculiar place to have a party. You know, Dinah, we really shouldn't be doing this. After all, we haven't been invited, and curiosity often leads to trouble. Goodbye, Dinah. Goodbye. Well, after this I shall think nothing of falling downstairs. Goodness. What if I should fall right through the center and come out the other side where people walk upside down? Oh, but that's silly. Nobody... Oh! Mr. Rabbit. Wait.
Well, there we go. That's Alice in Wonderland. So when we start creating our storyboard, we have frames that we put images in, and then we'll have some information, dialogue, speech for the actors. So it just gives a simple indication of what each frame is about. So to begin with, you could have some information at the beginning, written by Lewis Carroll in 1864. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is about a small girl who journeys through many strange lands, meeting many curious characters along her way. So in frame one, we'll have the setting. And this starts with an outdoor setting. And of course, we could have a simple sentence. The story begins on a warm summer's day. So you need writing to support the image, to go with the image. So frame two, building up the storyboard. Alice is there, and Alice was happily daydreaming when suddenly something caught her attention. So we're gradually building up this visual storyboard from beginning to the end. So here we have frame three, got the rabbit looking at his watch. Alice says, "A rabbit with a waistcoat, how strange." And then White Rabbit is saying, "I'm late, I'm late, I'm late." And then in frame four, we have Alice running after the rabbit. And Alice is saying, "What could a rabbit be?" And we could put something in there. What could a rabbit be late for? You can think of what you could put in there. You could put in there, what could a rabbit be late for? And then in number five, we have the rabbit. We can see the time on the watch and he looks really worried. "I'm late, I'm late, I'm late for." What could rabbit be late for? Can you think of what he could be late for? You could fill that space in. What is rabbit late for? And then of course, we've got 6 more frames to create the storyboard that goes with the video. So we've got at the top here, just to give a general description of the setting, Alice decides to follow the rabbit into his burrow. And I've got an image of Alice crawling through the rabbit hole into the rabbit's burrow. So what sentence could you write underneath that image? And then in the next frame, we've got Alice falling down that hole. What could Alice be saying when she's falling? What could she be saying? And I've got 4 more frames left. Can you think of the images, or can you create some images that go in each frame with a short sentence describing what's happening, or some words to indicate what Alice is actually saying? You may need to watch the video again. Take your time, watch it. You could watch it, pause it, draw a simple image, and then write down what Alice is saying. Good luck with the task. I look forward to seeing your work. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope you're well, and I look forward to reading your work. So email your work when you're completed to yr3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. Thank you very much. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.